Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Attack on Titan episode 61, season 4, episode 2. What happened last time?
Last time we got introduced to new characters. We're in a different war here. We're watching, we started off with Falco, and he's not necessarily a soft boy, but he was injured at the beginning, so he was just kind of sitting there. And then we also got introduced to Gabby, who's a maniac, and
She's pretty great.
Yeah, she's really cool, and she was flying around, and she single-handedly saved a bunch of people's lives from the suicide mission, and she walked out there and threw a bunch of bombs underneath the tank train. I forget what the train was called. Armored train.
Yeah.
The armored train, and took that out. And then we got to see the Titans falling from the sky, which was shown in the trailer. So that was pretty cool. And we also saw Reina, maybe, I don't know if he's dead, but he got pretty messed up in Titan form at the end. And all of them in that group are the potential replacements for him. So whether they are already killing him off and they're gonna like move on with that right away or not, we will see.
Just a quick thing. Like I said last episode, I've read up to a certain point in the manga. I don't know the ending. I don't know exactly where I'm going to be like caught up, but I know it's going to happen for like the rest of this little part. So, yeah, Lindsay doesn't know though. So yeah, we're getting right into this. Support the official release, Crunchyroll, Funimation, whatever. Hope you like and subscribe, and stay tuned for future Attack on Titan content for the rest of the season. We're going to be sticking with this, obviously, for the rest of the season. Hope you guys enjoy the reaction to Attack on Titan episode 61. Let's go.
What an absolute tragedy for you.
And yet now they're pissed off about it. The Wonder Boy.
今こそパラディ島作戦を再開し、始祖の巨人奪還を急ぐべきです。隊長のおっしゃる通り、マーレは今後通常兵器の開発に注ぐべきです。しかし、それまで諸外国が黙っているでしょうか。今我々に必要なのは軍備再編までの時間。
Complete restructure.
マーレがパラディ島を全ての巨人の力を収めたという新聞の見出しが必要なのです。
1 year left in your term. His fucking dad. Yeah. That's awesome. But I love how they're like, oh, these devils, these devils in human clothing. But then as soon as the devils aren't doing their dirty work as well, they're all pissed off that they're more concerned about losing the war. If they're like, because like it just shows like how, I guess contradictory.
Yeah.
It is. Well, the shot.
局俺が死ぬまで分からずじまいだ。あ、記憶を継承するお前には知られちまうかもな、俺の秘密を。秘密ですか？ケツの吹き方が独特なんだ。誰にも言わないでくれ。
I wonder if he knows. I'm not sure.
血毛の数まで申告してもらう。エルディア人にプライバシーは必要か？必要ありません。
Nice detail. They light his cigarette. Just like.
私には1年しか残されていないという話だった調査船は一隻も帰ってきていない。ジーグ、お前はこれをどう見る？軍の船32隻も沈められたのなら、それは巨人一体の仕業とは。
32 ships.
巨人が2体以上調査船に立ちふさがったのではないでしょうか。同じ意見だ。艦の支援が必要になるだろう。ええ。そして何より敵の脅威は巨人だけじゃない。
Oh, right when she fucking slashed him.
楽しい夢でも見れるみたいだったから、起こさないでおいてやったよ。あの時の礼をまだガリアド。助かったよ。礼には及ばん。そもそも9年前に俺が鎧を継承していれば兄貴がお前をかばってその辺の巨人に食われることもなかった。マルセルの記憶を見たか？
Marcel.
いや、だが全身のユミル
Ymir.
Yeah.
大層な名前を付けられた。
Did you put that one together or?
No.
This fucking sucks. Off-screen death.
Yeah.
The Jaws is what they call it.
お前はあの島で何をしたんだ？誰かに助けられてばかりじゃねえか。女の記憶を通してお前を見たが、あれはなんだ？随分と頼れる男を。まるで兄貴の真似事じゃねえか。
Imitating his brother.
そんなで言うな。大丈夫か？
人間に戻るのはね、その度に二足歩行を忘れてしまうよ。それよりライナー、ガビたちに顔を見せてあげなよ。
Kind of impressive she just stays in Titan form for so long.
Mm-hmm.
立たなくなった。俺たち戦士隊はエルディア人はどうなるんだろうな。気を食らって生き延びたって綺麗だ。本国に戻ったら巨人兵器の非人道性を。
Well, these character movements are crazy.
そしたらエルディア人の立場は世界の皆さん、ユミルの民は殺しましょう。
俺は嘘。町の者に当たるな。みんなも無事だったか？ガビ、ウド、
まあね。
ゾフィア、
普通です。
マルコ。
どうも。
私たち、それまでにこの街を回ろう。
おい、
こんな機会めったにない
ラ
よ。
ンさんは寝てた方がいいんじゃないですか。
大丈夫だ。心配ない。
ファルコが帰って寝てな。
俺も行くよ。
Annie and Bertolt and the rest of them when they were kids.
そっちの店はまだお前らには早い。
お前らは見たか？エリディアの役の同志に代わり、果敢にもその列車に挑んだんだぞ。
ちょっとコルト、酒臭い。
なぜそんなことしたんだよね。どうしとくよ。俺には分かるぞ。それは君たちエルディア人部隊のために他ならない。
今宵だけだ。目をつぶろう。
She's showing me.
全員鎧の継承権を獲得するのはガビになりそうだ。
あなたを慕う少女がこのまま鎧を継承すれば、ガビの寿命は27歳。艦砲射撃の的にならなければですが。あなたはそれでいいんですか？
今お前なんて言った？9つの巨人の名誉を冒涜したのか？もしこれを報告したら、お前はコルト兵器に加えられる。
待ってください。発言を訂正させてください。戦士候補生ファルコ
My God.
己の一族を殺 を生涯マーレに捧げます。
ではとする命を何と心得る。
名誉マーレ人として栄誉と誇りを授かり、祖国マーレに示す権利が得られることと存じます。
鎧の巨人を継承したいのか。
鎧の巨人を継承するのは俺です。
そうだ。お前がガビを救い出すんだ。この真っ暗な俺たちの未来から。
That's some intense shit. He just puts the fear of God in him. Just that once, like, he's talking so openly about how fucked up the situation is, and Rhino just has to be like, remember where you... Oh shit, look, is this... Wait, no, it just looks exactly like Parody.
Super hungover.
ボルトが欲しそうな顔してたから。
まったく、ピークちゃんの思いやりを車両中に吐き散らすなんて。
The style of this season is like they're pulling off this whole like vibe really well, and the conversations are really like they remind me of like a World War II movie or something.
ブラウン副長、もし副長が俺と同じ考えでエルディア人を戦争から解放したいんだとしたら、信じていいのか。
父さん。
ジーク、じいちゃん、ばあちゃん。
Gersha's parents.
立派に務めを果たしたな。いや、まだだよ。
ライナ、疲れたでしょ。帰ってゆっくりなさい。
母さん、そうさせてもらうよ。
先に帰ってね。コスロさん、負傷兵ですか。
Emotional trauma? I imagine it would be pretty emotionally draining to dig trenches in the front lines. Holy fuck. And to be sent out. What the fuck?
落ち着いてください。あなたは腕章が逆だ。大丈夫ですよ。きっと良くなりますよ。もうあなたは戦わなくていいんですから。
島の悪魔から逃げるのがやっとだったんだろ。
ダメだよ、お父さん。凶悪で残虐な悪魔たちの住む島に5年も潜入してたんだよ。どんなに辛い目にあったか、機密情報じゃなくたって言えないよ。
そうだな。我が多いよ。悪かった。いや、話せることもある。俺はあの島で軍隊に潜入したんだ。連中はまさしく悪魔で残虐非道な奴らだったよ。入隊式の最中、突然芋を食い出した奴らにだ。教官が悪びれる様子もなく、うまそうだから盗んだと。そんな悪党だが、さすがにまずいと思ったんだ。芋を半分譲るとした芋は半分には到底満たないものだった。
Man.
奴らに譲り合う精神などないからな。本当にどうしようもない奴らだった。便所に入るなりどっちを出しに、自分のことしか考えてねえ不真面目な奴に、人のことばっかり考えるクソ真面目走るしか頭にねえ奴に、何があってもついていく奴ら。それにいろんな奴らがいて、そこに俺たちもいた。そこにいた日々はまさに地獄だった。少し話しすぎた。忘れてくれ。
いろんなやつらって何？いいやつらでしょ。
そうだよか。島にいるのは世界を地獄に
Jesus, man.
いつまた強ぶし進撃してくるかわからない。それを阻止するのは私たち善良なエルディア人でなくてはならない。私たちをギスラに制裁を与えなくてはならない。私たちを見捨てた奴らに。
It's fucking crazy, dude. I love how something as innocent as the potato girl scene has been turned into like this
They're
microcosm.
so selfish.
Well, no, it's the opposite. It's like He's like, yeah, there were all kinds of selfish pieces of shit who acted super endearing and like had personalities and lives and everything, and he just didn't realize.
Did you see that?
No, did they kill themselves?
Yeah.
They jumped off. Oh, yeah.
潜水の巨人を管理するタイバー家。
確かにタイバー家は一度も巨人の力を敵国に向けたことがない。何より巨人大戦で不利で諸外国に顔が利く。世界は耳を傾けざるを得ないでしょう。
さすがピークちゃんだ。その通りだよ。しかし彼はこの作戦にかかっている。もう失敗は許されない。祖国マーレの未来のために今一度皆の心を一つにしよう。は多少不満があるようだが、まあ任務となれば徹底するよ。
It's insane. They're just like listening in on their entire conversation.
ジークの一言がなければこの部屋にはいないか。
Yeah, Reiner cut him off because he knew they were listening. Galliard was just gonna be like, what? This is fucking... What are you talking about? And then Reiner's just like, I can't wait to serve the motherland. Going back! So what'd you think of that episode?
Thick episode.
Thick episode. One thing I want to say about like the style, I was gonna say more about it in the episode, but I just wanted to pay attention. But like, it really does feel like a World War II movie. Like I really loved the way they handled dialogue with the old studio. And the way sort of everything kind of swelled together and everything was like, it worked in a different way. And it might just be that the story is different here and the characters are different and the setting's different and everything's completely different except for the fact that Reiner's there. And Zeke, I guess. But it's like, the way it flows, it doesn't feel like an anime. It feels like that they're trying to emulate a different style and it's really working. Like the conversations feel larger than just like watch some seasonal anime. Like like the way that they're treating the conversations and like the character animations were obviously top tier during all the conversations this episode, and they're treating this with a lot of care, which I feel like a lot of people, including me, were worried about the whole Titan animation of last episode, with all the 3D and everything. Like I said last time, I don't prefer it, but it's okay for what it is. I would prefer them to be more like in season 2 and season 1 with the Titan animations. It was beautiful back then, and it was like it was a spectacle to behold, like for real. And this is just okay. It's not bad 3D, but it doesn't have that same feel. But I can tell that it's just a choice. It's not like that's why I'm okay with the 3D, is because I can tell based on the way that they treated all the conversations, how they like hit all the beats really well. They got the tone and the atmosphere of this episode right with all these intense emotional conversations, especially the one between Reiner and Falco. Everything they're doing here is really like well grounded, and you can tell that they're paying a lot of attention to the details and the sort of, you know, the pulse of each of the conversations, and they're putting a lot of effort into the animations. You could tell that there was clearly some rotoscoping, or at least something going on where when all the kids were standing by the pier or by the docks and talking, the way everyone was moving around, especially Udo, it was you could tell that they care a lot. So the fact that they chose 3D for the Titans is less of a big deal to me, because I can tell it's just a choice they're making. It's not like we need to save on money, we don't have enough money to animate the Titans really well, we don't have enough time to animate the Titans really well. It's just they are choosing to use 3D for that, and at least I can respect that, even though it's not my preferred style. So that's how I feel. And this episode really, like, I really loved this episode. This was awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty rough situation just in general for like pretty much every character.
Yeah.
It's such a weird
What?
dynamic to have if they ascend to the highest level that they can and inherit one of the Titans, then they just have to die
Yeah.
way quicker. So it's like such a double-edged sword because they get treated better and get treated more like people with more respect, but they're still hated even though they're considered useful, and then they just die after 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's a super messed up thing.
Yeah, if they don't get shredded by cannons first, like Falco said. That's you could really tell, like, it's so crazy how brainwashed Gabby is, you know? Like, she's totally drank the Kool-Aid of Marley, and, like, she cares about Eldia, but she, like, is a self-hating Eldian, where she just, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's awesome.
And it's also interesting that she's Reiner's cousin as well.
Yeah, I
wasn't
didn't know
expecting
that.
But
I think I blew past that one.
That makes a lot of sense as to why she looks up to him so much and why she's like so on board with it, because it's like her whole she's quite a bit younger, so probably from what she can remember, it's my awesome cousin is
a badass war hero.
So cool, and he's really helping us out, and he's doing the right thing,
He's
and I want to be
G.I.
just
Joe
like him.
over here, like infiltrating behind enemy lines and like, you know,
the mom and the aunt and the uncle, because, and it's also interesting. I don't know, you probably noticed as well, but they have the same color armbands as well, so they get special treatment because of him. Which is also interesting and makes even more sense why you would want that for yourself, because then your family is in higher standing with your sacrifice, basically.
We haven't seen Annie's family, but remember, it was a big deal in season 1, like when she was getting captured. It was like she kept having flashbacks of her dad, and her dad was like, I'm so sorry, but you have to do this, but remember, I'm so sorry, but remember, Daddy always loves you, all this shit. And it's like, you're selling me out like big time because you like want a better future, or you want me to have a better future or something. But it's crazy. And yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know if it's actually better treatment, or if it's probably like to a degree, right? But it's like, it's more they aren't going to be put in an airplane and thrown off of meat hooks and turned into Titans as they fall down. I think it's more like that, but you know, that's pretty special treatment compared to everyone else.
If anyone can just be used as literal cannon fodder. Yeah. And one person in the family just dying in 13 years or possibly sooner could prevent that.
Yeah.
And
it seems like the shifters and their families have red, their immediate family, and then the candidates have yellow, and then the normal people have like silver or white or whatever.
Yeah. So and it's interesting that it's just the immediate family as well.
Yeah, like the I don't think the uncle, and definitely Gabby didn't have it, but maybe it's just because she was I
don't think aunts and uncles. I think it's just like parents or grandparents, because Zeke's grandparents had it.
Yeah.
Isn't it fucked those guys are still alive?
Yeah, right? Yeah, right? Like, when the Grisha's backstory and everything, they were saying, like, and Zeke chose a future with his grandparents. It was kind of blown past, but you saw them, like, sort of grabbing onto his shoulder as he, like, pointed towards the camera. But,
I didn't think that would come back and we would see them again.
Yeah. And he's, like, apparently really close with them, which makes sense. Like, he grew up with them, but it's just really fucked up. And he's like, yeah. That monologue with Reiner, like, recounting everything, he starts off with Potato Girl, and then it, like, slowly, it's, like, outside the window looking in, and you can see the raindrops on the window, and then it slowly pushes in and tightens up as he's, like, talking about everything. And then how like, pissed off his mom was after, like, you're gonna throw this all away after you went through all that, and after, you know, after everything we've been through, you're gonna throw this all away because you're getting sentimental when she wasn't there to experience everything. It's crazy, man. Just the way it was just like, yeah, he started, that's such an incredibly written monologue, like, tell us about those pieces of shit. Yeah, they were horrible. There's this one girl who was horrible. She did this horrible thing where she offered food to somebody and was being kind of quirky and funny.
She
really
ate a
evil,
potato.
though. Yeah, she ate a potato because she thought it was tasty. It's like this super wholesome microcosm of a moment that, like, says so much about his experience there. Just that that thing just stuck in his mind so much that he's thinking about it here. And, like, you know, probably the best time of his life when he was in the cadets training for the 104th Cadet Corps. Like, he was training as a kid and he had to kill people to get there, but once he was there and he was growing up and meeting friends and wasn't persecuted for just being alive, and was able to make friends and be the reliable guy that everyone looks up to, and, you know, give advice and all this stuff, and apparently he was sort of modeling Marcel, who got eaten, and saved him from being eaten.
Also, Ymir, off-screen death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that Galliard's Titan, the Jaws Titan that we saw last episode, is her Titan.
I didn't even put that together because they look
very different.
And
also because he has, like, that bone mask that he hardens, I guess. I would assume he hardens it, but yeah.
Or it's just...
I assume he does.
Yeah.
I assume he does.
But apparently only, like, him and his brother could do that, or just Ymir couldn't do that.
Well, they weren't trained. Like,
or she just didn't know about it.
I think she just didn't know. She just was trying to survive.
Yeah.
They've been trained for years to, like, operate Titan powers and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Interesting.
This is a dope episode.
Yeah, and also Zeke talking about his secret, like, because they're like, yeah, no one can do the Titan like you, Zeke. You're so... No one, I don't know how you could possibly be so...
I wonder if he knows, because it was a big secret that he... Does he know? I can't honestly... That his mom was royal blood.
He must have, because remember they told him, they were like, you're so special, you're...
Right.
They, like, raised him, like, you are, like, you're the prince of this thing. You are, like, the way forward, so he must know.
Yeah.
But he obviously wouldn't want to declare that.
No, of course not, because that would change a lot about what they would let him do. He would be a commodity. He would probably be forced to like that. Like, that's the reason that they killed that Aaron Kruger didn't want, like, shut Grish up when he was being killed, when all of his friends were being killed, when Dina was getting killed, Dina. When she was getting killed, he was about to say, no, she has royal blood, and then fucking Aaron covers his mouth, and he's like, shut the fuck up. And Grisha was like, why are you doing that? Well, because if they knew, what do you think would happen? Do you think they would just kill her off right there or let her live? No, she'd be a concubine. She'd be, like, breeding constantly, breeding more Eldian blood, like, more the future warriors would all be from her. It'd be fucked up. It'd be a horrible existence.
Yeah, so that's interesting. And yeah, also that he hasn't told anyone, but of course after the Titan goes to the next person, they will know because they'll be able to see.
Yeah.
That's also really... But obviously nothing could be done about it at that point.
After he's dead, yeah.
Interesting. And also, I found it really interesting how close what are they called? Like, the special group training to take over the
warrior candidates.
Yeah, how close they are with the people who they're going to replace.
Yeah.
I guess I understood it because Zeke is, like, so close to the end of his thing, and he's
away.
like training to, like, see what he will do in his daily life, not just when he's the Beast Titan. He's, like, shadowing him kind of, and, you know, being really close in with that. But it's really interesting. I wasn't expecting Reiner to be so close with the people who will eventually replace him.
Yeah.
And just, like, the relationship that they have there. Gabby, it makes sense because they are related, but the other two seem to really look up to him as well. And, like, be on a friendly level with him. And then and they all were like that, which it makes sense because they all grew up in the same place. and knew each other
Mm-hmm.
and have like this common thing, but it's just interesting how friendly they are when you think, oh, maybe it's more of like we only work together in this
They're
war
all in
that
it
we have to
together,
do.
man.
I
They're
know,
all in
it's
it
just,
together. They're all in an internment zone. Like,
I guess it just surprised me a little
they
bit.
grew up basically in the same village, essentially, because the internment zone is like so small.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is such an awesome episode. Anything you want to say before we get going?
Are we missing anything?
I don't think we are. I think we hit everything.
Okay. Oh yeah, the fact that I forget what her name is,
Piek.
Piek, she was in Titan form for 2 months.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
And she's like destroyed because
She's not destroyed. It's like, I've been riding a bike. I haven't walked in 2 months. I've just been riding a bike. So you just kind of forget how to walk.
It's just like,
she has to use crutches and lay on the couch in order to feel comfortable.
It's so interesting. I guess I never thought about people staying in Titan form for that long.
Well, that's because you usually have to have a goal in mind when you transform. That's a thing that was established in season 1, is you have to like bite your hand or cut yourself or whatever, but you have to have a specific goal, and once that goal is met, then the Titan disappears. Unless they've received special training, I guess. But
yeah, or unless her thing was like she has to stay like that till the fighting is over.
No, I think it's more, well, maybe, but I think it's more to do with her specific Titan. I think that's what we're supposed to take from it, because if she's, like, meant to be, she's the cart Titan, she's meant to be, like, long distance, quick travel, like, and carrying shit. So it makes sense that an ability of her Titan is that she stays in it for longer. But yeah.
Yeah, anyway. Interesting stuff.
I think that's it.
Oh yeah, in the room, and they were all listening.
It was bugged, yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. And also, Falco, like realizing that Reiner might think more like him than he might have thought, and being like, okay, can I trust him then? And they both have like the same thing of like, yeah, of course Gabby is perfect for this, but that also fucking sucks for her, just in general. Yeah. Really, lot of really interesting and complicated stuff.
Yeah, it's the relationships and the way they handle this. They fucking MAPPA nailed it this episode. They really did. They did shit they didn't need to do. They like that one shot at the beginning of like Zeke and Colt walking up the stairs and then turning a corner and then coming back towards the camera. Like, it was all on an angle. Like, they were walking up and then they turned the corner and then walked toward, and they, like, the perspective shift and, like, the camera was panning and stuff. Like, they put so much attention and so much effort into all these conversations to frame them really well, as if they were using a camera in real life. And I think that's what also adds to the whole, like, World War II movie type thing, because it's really, really dope. They did a great job on this episode, and I can't wait. It like really solidifies and renews my faith in them as a studio, because obviously we've been seeing their stuff all year and it's been top tier all year. But you know, it's just really refreshing to see. It's awesome, and it's really cool to see that they care about just an episode full of conversations and talking and setting like emotional stakes. That they put so much effort into that. It's awesome. And we hope you guys enjoyed the reaction review to this episode of Attack on Titan. We'll see you guys next week. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you later. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.